from Anfield. 10th place. Yes, 10th place Liverpool welcome Manchester City, who sits second place in the table in a pivotal match, let's be honest, for both of these sides. Liverpool coming off the 3-2 loss at Arsenal. They play Rangers in the Champions League Wednesday. The game hasn't been played at the time of recording. The thing about that loss to Arsenal that sticks out, just 0.75 in terms of XG. For a Liverpool side that's just known for their attacking prowess, it's just been sluggish. Mo Salah was subbed off in the 69th minute of a 2-2 game. Are you kidding me? Just 2 Premier League goals this season, and now injuries. Diaz, his knee, he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Trent, he has an ankle. Matip has a calf. Adds to the list of Keita, the Ox. Mello is out long-term as well. It's a little bit of a nightmare for Jurgen Klopp right now. They're actually behind Bournemouth in the table, a team that they beat 9-0. That's the most incredible thing I can tell you today. They've conceded first. This is wild as well. Out of 10 of their last 12 games, they've conceded first, but they've gone over the total of 2.5 and 4 to 5, and both teams have scored in 4 of 5. They are undefeated in 6 games at home this season, and they've scored 2 or more goals in their last 5 games played at Anfield. Man City may be second place in the table, but according to Infogol, their expected league position is actually first. 4-0 against Southampton, ho-hum. Haaland, another goal, ho-hum, 15-9. They did play to a goalless draw in Copenhagen. I'm not sure if you saw it, Jake. Like, Haaland didn't play. Gomez was sent off. A goal was called back by Rodri, which should have stood. Mahrez missed a penalty. It was just one of those days. Foden, he's trying to keep the pace with Erling Haaland. 6 goals and 9. They have the best expected goal differential, plus 15.3 in the Premier League. No losses in 14. No goals conceded in their last 3. They've gone to go over 2.5 goals in 6 of 7. First to score in 4 of 5. And the first half winner in 4 of 5 as well. Head-to-head, Liverpool haven't lost in their last 4 games to Man City. And Liverpool, although they haven't lost in the last 4, haven't had a clean sheet against City in their last 10. City haven't had a clean sheet in their last 6. And they've gone over 2.5 goals in 5 of 5. And both teams have scored in 6 of 6. Liverpool already won the Community Shield. I don't know if, it means nothing to me, but a 3-1 win earlier this season. Spin it back to last season, 3-2 win in the FA Cup. And in the league last season, they played to 2 2-2 draws, both home and away. Plus 340 for a home win, plus 335 for the draw, minus 131 for a City victory. The goal total set at 3.25, minus 102 for the over, minus 108 for the under. All right, does the real Liverpool step up and stand up and really use their superior home form to come away with something here, or is City just simply too good, Jake?
The latter. For me, there's no way you can get Liverpool onside in this match at all. As I said, I've likened it to the Liverpool team of the COVID season, where they had a really, really weird, was it 10, 12, maybe 15 games where they really struggled. If you remember, during that time, Manchester City went to Anfield and absolutely hammered Liverpool 4-1. I can see this being very similar. I think that there's some massive issues. They're missing key players as well. They're not looking at it. As I said last week ahead of the Arsenal game, I think the midfield area is the weakness for Liverpool at the minute. I think you remember I actually said I'd take Arsenal's midfield over Liverpool's. And you laughed at me.
I did. I'm still laughing.
Yeah, even I was laughing as it was coming out of my mouth, because they're not. You're talking about Thiago, you're talking about Jordan Henderson in the same breath as like Granit Xhaka.
Fabinho,
if that is the case, if I'm taking Arsenal's midfield over Liverpool's, then Manchester City's midfield should have a midfield day, shouldn't they? Again on Sunday, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Rodri, whoever plays in there, they've got so much more energy. They've got so much more drive to push the team up the pitch. I just can't get away from a very comfortable Manchester City win. The defensive issues speak for themselves, but on the flip side, you've got a Manchester City team that are just relentless in attack. They just don't look like they're slowing down. They keep creating chances and chance after chance. And they've ultimately got one of the best strikers, one of the best finishers in world football, just tapping them in. So yeah, originally I got Man City to win as my bet at -125, but the price has moved a little bit to -131. So I think I'm going to upgrade it and go Man City -0.75 on the handicap, which means that if City win by a goal, so if they win the game, then we get half win. If City win by 2 clear goals, we get a full win, and that's around -104, a bit of a bigger price.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm all over City this weekend. I think they'll go do a job on Liverpool, and as I said, they don't have a midweek game, so this is all out for them. They've got nothing to rest and rotate for, whereas Liverpool have got another game to look forward to next midweek, with all the mounting injury issues and the potential tiredness. Because let's be fair, City at Copenhagen, they'd already pretty much sewn the group up. They could rest and rotate. Haaland didn't even feature. Foden came on a little bit at the end. Liverpool, they play on Wednesday and they've got to go and beat Rangers. They have to win, because they ultimately don't want to finish second in the group. If they fail to win, then Ajax might be let in as well. So it's a trying time for Liverpool, and I think we can take advantage by going for a big Man City win.
Erling Haaland coming off rest ahead of this fixture. I like that every day of the week. There was actually a statistic, some numbers that were put out there, Jake, to do with the age of Liverpool's squad combined with the amount of games they played over the last 2 seasons. And they're like off the charts, which goes a long way to explaining perhaps some of Liverpool's struggles and why certain players have potentially had a dip in form. And I absolutely buy it as well. I actually have 2 plays for this game, Jake. Okay. Both teams to score plus a City victory at +203. For what they lack defensively and in the midfield, they still do have difference makers in attack. And I still think that City are vulnerable at times at the back. And let's juice up that 3.25 for a goal total to 3.5. So 4 goals in this game. I think it's absolutely realistic. You give me that at +120. I will take it. Look, they've gone more than over the 2.5 goal total in 5 of 5. Like I said, 2-2, 2-2, 3-2, 3-1 in the last 4 times that these teams have played. There will be goals. I just don't think that either one of these sides is built to be a team that sits back in this type of fixture, especially Liverpool at Anfield. They still, despite their struggles this season, still get out, play on the front foot, the atmosphere, yada, yada, yada. All these things matter in terms of the way that Liverpool play at Anfield. So I like goals in this game, but I still like City to win. So again, I'm going to stay with those plus numbers on this. +203, City win, both teams to score, over 3.5 at +120. I actually quite like both of those plays.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of them. I think the goal total in particular looks very vulnerable, just purely because of what you're saying there. You've got the really good attacking numbers from both teams, the defensive issues, but also the fact that this Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp we're talking about. They're not going to park the bus. It's not an old-fashioned kind of Mourinho masterclass incoming. He's not going to completely change tactic and just retreat. They don't know how to do that, Liverpool. They will be, they'll accept the weaknesses in defence, and they'll probably try and make this a tit for tat, gung ho, we can score more than you kind of game. A bit similar to what the Arsenal game was at the weekend, which we both thought was going to be the case as well. I think we were both on the over 3 goals, weren't we, in that one? I expect something very similar. I think attacks will be on top. And even when both teams' defences have been at their best levels, we've seen this game go over 3.5 goals quite often, as you listed, just purely because of the attacking quality. So, yeah, I'll absolutely be looking at the over 3.5 goal line there.
If you still firmly believe that Liverpool has what it takes to finish top 4, yet you don't think they're going to come away with the result this weekend, wait until after this fixture to make that bet. Because when they're in the bottom half of the table, I still believe that once a softer part of the schedule, which is upcoming for Liverpool, by the way, they played a lot of the top teams already, then they can go on a run of form and string off 5, 6, maybe potentially 7 wins in a row. Like, this is a team that's still capable of that, but hold on and wait to make that top 4 play till after this weekend, because I just can't see any way forward how Liverpool come away from this game with the full 3 points. I just don't see it, Jake.
Yeah, I agree. very little hope for me, unfortunately, around Liverpool. Only strengthened by the injury issues. I think Matip would be the first choice centre half alongside Van Dijk. Obviously, Trent playing would be first choice as well. Maybe Joe Gomez helps them a
Play right
little
back.
bit in terms of make them a little bit more solid. But he's either way. Whoever plays there doesn't really get much help, do they, down that channel? Yeah, you'd have to imagine that whoever plays on the left, be it Grealish or Foden, is going to have an absolute field day against Joe Gomez.
Salah's being slated as well for his lack of defensive work rate as well. And that has been said one of the reasons why Klopp did take him off in that Arsenal match as well. Difficult week for Liverpool, a difficult time. We'll see what they can bring to the table this weekend.